welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be showing you how to make a catching game in Scratch. So it's a very simple game that you could do, and yeah, so it'll only take a few minutes to make it. But before I show you how to make this game, I'll just want to show you how this game works and a demo of the game. So here it is. So the bull has to try to catch the watermelon, and if we catch the watermelon, then we get 1 point for it. So then if we don't catch the watermelon like this one, we don't get any points. So this is the game, and now let's do the game. So first things first, we'll have to add a background. So we're gonna choose a backdrop. So you can choose any backdrop you like in all these backdrops, but I'll go to patterns and I'll get the stripes backdrop, and then we'll delete this character, and then we'll add a new character. So we'll need a character for catching the object that's falling to the bottom. So I'm gonna type bowl, and I'll take this bowl. But if you like, you can take anything you like. Okay, so I'll take this bowl right here. There. And now we're gonna type the code. Now we're gonna make the code for this bowl. So first we want this bowl to move to the right. So for that we're gonna go to change X by 10. So that it goes to the right. Now let's go ahead and add this forever loop in this block. Now you can see it's forever going right. So we don't want this forever loop because it's not really helpful for us in this game. So we're gonna get our bowl back in the center, and now we want, when we click on this right arrow key on our keyboard, we want it to this bowl to move right whenever we click on this, to move right whenever we click on the key. So we're gonna code that right now. So we go to control, get this if condition, and we'll put it in this block. Next we're gonna go to sensing right here, and then we're gonna get if key pressed, if right arrow key pressed, it should move 10 times. And then we'll go ahead and get this forever loop so that it can continue all the time. So now we're gonna get this flag, and now the code is working. This bowl is going whenever I click on the right arrow key. But now what about the left arrow key? So we're going to be coding for the left arrow key right now. So first we're going to do the same thing again. So we're just going to duplicate this code, and then we're going to add it below it. Next we're going to change some stuff. So we're going to change this right arrow key to left arrow key. Next we're going to change this 10 instead of 10. We're going to change it to minus 5 so that it can move left. So let's run the code and see. When I click on left, it's going left, and when I click on right, it's going right. So it's perfect for catching the object that's falling to the ground. So we're done this bool code, and now we're going to add another character, another sprite that is the object that's falling down. So I'm gonna go to food, and I'm gonna choose this watermelon since it's my favorite fruit. And then we can go to costumes and change it to whichever sprite we like. I'll just choose whatever we like. I'll just choose this big watermelon. Okay. Now we want the watermelon. So the starting point for the watermelon is up here. So the starting point for the watermelon is 180 in Y position. So it's starting up there. So then we want the watermelon to be in random places when it's falling down. So we're gonna go to motion, and we're gonna get this go to random position. Now you see that it's going in random positions whenever I click on this, but it's all over the screen, which is not gonna look good for when it's falling down. So for that, we're gonna go to set Y to 180. 180 over here. Now when you click, you can see that it's in random positions, but it's only staying in 180 in the Y position. So that's what we need. And now second, so now we want to make the watermelon fall down. So that's our next step. So we're gonna go to change Y by 5. We're gonna find a block, change Y by 5 over here. So you see, change Y by 5, 10. When it's 10, it's going up. It's going up. So instead of change Y by 10, we're gonna do change Y by -5, so that it can go down. Now, what happens when we get this forever loop and put it inside the change Y by -5? It's going all the way down until it reaches the bottom, and then it's stuck. So what we want to do is when the watermelon goes down, it should go all the way back up and then do the same thing, instead of the watermelon going down one time, because then the game will be over immediately. So we're gonna be coding that right now. So for now, we'll need to use an if-then block. So we go to control and we get an if-then block over here. So in here, we had to put some code that checks if the watermelon is at the bottom. So what we want to code is that if the watermelon reaches the bottom, it should go all the way back up to 180 in Y position. So that's what we are gonna code right now. So looking at this, we see that the watermelon only ends at -170. So that means if we go to operators and we get this less than operator right here, and we go to motion, scroll all the way down, and then we get this Y position, and then we put it here. Then we change this 50 into -70 since it's -170, because the watermelon is coming down to 170. So when it reaches less than 170, it knows immediately that it should go up. So we're gonna do the code for it to go back up. And now just to do that, we need the same code. So we're gonna go set Y to 180. So 180 right there. And we're gonna go to random position again. And we're gonna go to control, get for the ever loop, and then we're gonna go to events, get this thing, and then get it like this. So now let's test out our code to see if it's working. Yeah, so it is working perfectly, because whenever it reaches the bottom, it goes back up again. It goes back up again, and it goes back to the bottom, and it repeats forever and ever and ever until you want to stop the game. So now the next step is to make the watermelon interact with the bowl. So for that, we will need another if-then block, and then we'll go to sensing, and then we'll get this touchy mouse pointer block, and we'll put it here. And instead of mouse pointer, we're gonna change it to bowl, so that whenever the watermelon touches the bowl, what should it do? So we'll add the what should it do in this empty space. So then it should go back up. So it's the same code from before. We just go to random position, set Y to 180. And now let's check it out now. So remember to always put this forever block, because I'm always forgetting, but you have to always remember to put this forever block so that it doesn't only check once, but it checks forever. So now let's click on this, and then we'll see. When it tracks with the bowl, it doesn't do anything. So that means it doesn't do anything. It's because we didn't add this when flag clicked. That's why it isn't doing anything, because it's not a part of this group. So now let's go back and we're gonna restart the game. I'll just put the bowl here so things can go faster. Go. You see now it's interacted with the bowl, so it's going immediately back up. So now we are almost done our game. So we're gonna add the points now. We're gonna keep our score, and in order for that, we'll need a variable. So before we add any variable at all, we're gonna connect this whole code together. So for now, we're gonna delete this one click on. We're gonna delete this, and then we're gonna delete this forever loop too. And then we're gonna be doing the same for the other code. Next, we're gonna be putting this code. So we're gonna be putting this code first inside the forever loop, and then the last is this code. We're gonna be putting inside the forever loop, and we got one whole code together so that it doesn't confuse us together. So before we continue, I just want to see if there are no errors with this new chunk of code. Yep, there are no errors at all, and it's working perfectly good. So now that we're all in a good position now that we're all on the same page, we are gonna go add the points up on. So for that, we're gonna go to variables, and then we're gonna click on make a new variable. We're gonna click on that, and we're gonna make a name for our variable. So I'm gonna name it score. If you want, you can name it score too, but it can be anything you like, because any name with any name, it still works. So you can name it anything you like. And then once you're done, just click on OK, and you got a new variable over here. And then the score will be keep count, and then we'll keep the score count on top here. So just make sure that you notice that. Next, we're gonna get these two blocks set, and then change these two blocks, but we're not gonna connect it together. So we're gonna go set my variable to 0. We're gonna put that on the top, and then make sure to change it to score so we don't get variables mixed up. And then second, we put this change my variable by 1 on top of this code, and then we're going to change it to score. Now let's test it out to see if there are no errors. And we're going to get it. We got 1 point, and yeah, we are done our code. So then this is the full game, and if you like, you can even add designs. You can change the background, you can change all the characters. It's your wish. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share this video to other people who are interested in coding. See you all in the next video. Bye.